This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
Coming to Northeast Wisconsin live from the Civic Media Studios and featuring TV and radio broadcast veteran John Mino, along with the City of Green Bay's longest-serving mayor, Jim Schmidt. This is Mino and the Mayor.
Begin the day with a friendly voice, a companion unobtrusive.
And here are your hosts, John Mino and Jim Schmidt.
Hey, thank you very much. Welcome back. Mine the Mayor, coming away from downtown Oshkosh. And if we're in Oshkosh, we need to talk about Wisconsin Herd just down the block from that beautiful arena they have here. And now the man that calls a play-by-play for the Wisconsin Herd, my buddy, terrible Teddy Stefaniak. Teddy, how you doing, brother?
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Outstanding. How are you? We love being in Oshkosh.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's just awesome. I need to get down there more often. We're in the middle of this incredible road trip for the Wisconsin Herd. 10 of their first 11 games in the regular season on the road.
Wow.
So
Wow.
they've been spending a lot of time on the road. They're going to get back in January 23rd, and then I'll be spending a lot of time with everyone down in Oshkosh.
Well, if you need a fill-in, if one of your right-hand men can't make it, you know I'm in the bullpen.
That's right. We've got you on speed dial.
Outstanding.
Sure.
I'll be honest with you, Teddy. I'd rather be in the beautiful arena they have down here than sitting in the studio at 3226 doing it on a monitor.
Well, it makes it tougher. It makes it tougher. You'd like to be on the road with the guys, and it does make it easier to call play-by-play. But for the road games, yes, we are in the studio in Green Bay here at WACY. But, at least we're able to bring all the games. We've been able to do that the last couple of years on WACY 2B32. So, that changed everything. Before, we were only able to bring the 24 home games. But to be able to do all the games, I think it allows the fans to stay in touch even better with what's happening with the team.
Right. And how are things happening with the team? How are things going?
We're 2-5 right now in the regular
That's not
season.
bad, right?
Regular season kicked off on December 27th. So, the record is not great, but the play is getting better and better.
Well, Teddy, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm a season ticket holder for UWGB.
Yeah.
We're 2-14. So I'll take 2-5. I'll take 2-5.
There you go.
Anyway, no, tell us a little bit more about what's going on with the team.
So, they're playing really well. Had a game last night at Westchester, New York. The Westchester Knicks won what is essentially the NBA Cup. So we call that the Winter Showcase. All the teams go down to Orlando right before Christmas and play a tournament. And Westchester has won the Winter Showcase the last 2 years. So we fell behind by 17 points in the first quarter last night, came back and had the lead. And then ended up losing at the end. But such an exciting game. Our guys are playing better. They're getting healthy.
Good.
And we get another crack at Westchester tonight at 6 o'clock. So you can catch the game. I think we'll get the win tonight. You can watch that on ACY.
You know, Ted, one great thing about this league, I was doing those games, a couple of the young guys that are Milwaukee Bucks high draft picks, and they wouldn't fit in the NBA right now. And they'd be those guys that would be getting some, maybe some garbage minutes, whatever, not really developing. I think the NBA has done such a magnificent job in finding a way to take these kids, some who didn't even go to college, they went right into the pros, but taking these kids where they're not just thrust into the NBA, forced into the NBA almost because they got the big bonuses, and just riding the pine and whatever. What a great way to develop the young talent. And I think the one young guy, 6'6", 190 pounds, needs to put on some muscle, needs to put on some weight. But that kid's got the potential to be something special. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, A.J. Johnson is who you're referring to, the first-round draft pick of the Milwaukee Bucks this past spring. So we've seen him in 16 games so far this season. He was with the Herd last night, so I would expect him. You would think he'd be with the Herd again tonight. But he's a guy, and you're exactly right. With this league, I think it allows the NBA to maybe draft a guy a little bit earlier in terms of years than you would previously because you have this developmental league. And what we've seen from A.J. Johnson, even in these, couple of months, it's amazing how much he's learned, and that's what it's all about. You talk about he's a pretty thin guy. He's going to put on a lot more muscle, a lot more strength. But to see his skill set, his leaping ability, the ball handling skills, it's like, wow. Every game you see something, you go, yep, that's why they drafted him in the first round.
Yep. And, years ago, in our era, guys went to college for 4 years. They came out at 22, 23 years old sometimes if they redshirt or whatever. Just their bodies had a chance to develop in college. And now these kids, a lot of them, 1 year and out. And, I think the NBA, whoever put it all together, really came up with a perfect plan on how to develop these guys.
Yeah, the G League is where it's at right now. Not only for the guys that are young trying to make it there, but we have guys that have been to the NBA that are trying to work their way back. Whether it was an injury or things just didn't work out with the right team, but they still have the ability to play at that level at the NBA. Where can they go to make sure that they're still working on their skills, getting their reps, getting better, and staying in front of these NBA scouts? It's the G League.
So, Teddy, I know you call the game. You're on the road. Tell me about the venue. I just think they got it going on in Oshkosh, right, where the Herd play. How do we compete? How do we compare, I should say?
Oshkosh Arena, it's one of the best in the G League. When it was built, it was 2017 was our first year. You talk to the players that had been around the league, they we have the best arena in the G League.
Awesome.
Now, I think the league has done a better job over these last 5-6 years of building up arenas. I think more NBA teams have taken it upon themselves to make sure that their G League teams are taking care of their own better facilities. So I think the product as a whole is growing in the NBA G League in terms of facilities for all the guys, and that's better for everybody that all the arenas are good. But we've got one of the best in the league, no doubt.
And you're back through the 23rd?
We are back home. Yeah. So the next home game for the Wisconsin Herd is coming up January 23rd. So we're on the road here. Like I said, 10 of the first 11 games of the regular season on the road. Yeah. We popped back home this past Sunday to take on the Osceola Magic. So we had Mac McClung, the 2-time NBA slam dunk champ, playing against us.
That's cool.
Sunday. Yeah, we beat him. So that was a fun game to watch. And what a crowd we had at Oshkosh Arena on Sunday. But 5 more games on the road. Then we're back on January 23rd. Now, that's going to be a Thursday. It's an 11:30 a.m. game.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it's an education day. It's a kids' day. We usually set attendance records on those days. Yep. If you're coming to that game, bring your earplugs because it gets loud and it is fun.
When we do those games in the studio like we were talking, you see the attendance at the other arenas. Oshkosh has so many more fans than some of these other teams.
They do. We do really good. I think we're always top 10 in terms of attendance. Again, Oshkosh Arena, not one of the largest. There are some arenas that are massive.
Yeah.
but we're usually top 10, top 8 in the league.
Tell you, it's got to be fun for you watching all these young players come in, because even when I go through the rosters, it's so interesting. Like Cheryl Swope's son was playing in one of the games I did, and there's so many connections with some of these players that it's fun to see where they're from, who they were with before, and just kind of follow them along in this progression.
Well, and that's just it. It's not only the players that you're coming to watch for the Wisconsin Herd, it's who's coming in. Like I mentioned, Mac McClung.
Yeah.
We watched in the last 2 springs win the NBA slam dunk champ, and he's 5'11".
Yeah.
Just a super, super competitor. But the other guys that come in, just look at the Wisconsin Herd. Henry Ellenson. Yeah. Very famous Wisconsin basketball player, played at Marquette, went to the NBA, trying to work his way back to the NBA, having a terrific season. He's one of these guys we thought after Christmas might get one of those call-ups. He's still waiting for that opportunity, but he's put himself in that position.
Well, another one,
in the NBA.
Yep, another one. The kid from the last game I did, the kid from Waupun, that then went to Illinois.
Marcus Damask.
Yes,
Marcus Damask. Yeah. Well, and in the last couple of weeks, the Herd have also signed Jack Golke.
Oh.
You know the name Jack Golke?
Absolutely.
From the NCAA tournament last year when he played for Oakland, and he made 10 3-pointers for Oakland and helped them beat Kentucky last year. Jack's on our team now.
Wow.
He's from Pewaukee. So, I was talking to Henry Ellenson and Jack before the game on Sunday at Oshkosh Arena. They both had like 25 tickets of families and friends coming in to watch that game on Sunday. So, I mean, that's always fun when the families come in as well.
That was one of the greatest individual performances I've ever seen. And I've watched it since, a long time. The the NCAA tournament. That was one of the greatest individual performances I'd ever seen in one of the biggest upsets that I'd ever seen.
Yeah, and I think in his press conference after that game or after the NCAA tournament, he was talking about, this was his moment in the NCAA tournament. What a great moment it was for him to be able to experience that, because he didn't think he was going to be able to get an NBA shot and play at the next level. But here he is on the doorstep playing in the NBA G League. And if he can get that stroke going from the outside, I mean, who knows where he could end up in the next year or so. You
do a lot of GB games as well. Did you see like a Noah Reynolds or any of those other guys we've had come through there that could fit into the G League?
Well, yeah, Noah was with the Green Bay men last year.
Right.
I mean, he certainly is a guy I think can play at the next level, whether that's going to be at the G League or somewhere overseas. But, there's a lot of guys that get the opportunity to make some money at the professional level, whether it's a G League or overseas. Okay, enough about the Wisconsin Herd, which is a phenomenal thing to do. And again, just right down the road here, but just give us your synopsis on the Packers season. Well, yeah, I mean, certainly disappointing, right? I mean, it's all perspective, right? Last year, we weren't expecting it, and we got it, and it was the greatest thing ever. And this year, we kind of expected better and didn't get it. So, I got to go back. Make some tweaks. I guess I'm not surprised that you lost to a really good team in Philadelphia, but it just seems like we're so close. We're so close, and I'm optimistic about the future. It just hurts right now. I got to tell you something. You told me last year, and you're at midfield for every Packer, every home game, and everything, so you get a better perspective than anybody. And you and I had a disagreement. You said you weren't sure Jordan Love is accurate enough to be an elite quarterback, and I said you're full of it. And right now, I'm thinking to myself, son of a. Are you sure you're talking to me? Son of a buck. Teddy was right. Can I use my old phrase? Yes. That's not true. That's not true. That is too true. I didn't say that. You did too say it, Teddy. Oh, my God. You got to stop drinking during the games and remember what you say. No, my friend. I am laser focused on that camera up top at Lambeau. So, and I think Jordan Love has got a lot of great years and is going to lead this team to some great victories and hopefully some Super Bowl championships over the years. Yeah, but you're right about you're right about that expectations, and we have to manage that. But I think what people really learned in the last couple of years is there's a lot of good teams out there. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, there's a lot of good teams out there. There's a lot of good teams. I mean, just look at the Vikings. Right. The Vikings. I'm not going to say the poor Vikings. Teddy, we got to wrap it up. 14 wins and then out in the wild card round. That is. Teddy, we love it. Thank you for being here, my friend. Love you.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Here in downtown Oshkosh. Special thanks to Teddy Stefaniak joining us, the voice of the Wisconsin Herd. And once again, they're back on the 23rd for what sounds like a really, really fun game. We've had some phenomenal guests, and the two we have right now. John's eating for you listeners. He's I'm doing show prep, Jim. There's a difference. We got a great guest here who I think a lot of people know in the whole listening area, really from Green Bay to Oshkosh, and that's Jay Supley. And you have you grew up in the restaurant business. Absolutely, yeah. If you remember Shakey's Pizza. I do. Yeah, 1968, my mom and dad, they opened up the Shakey's in Oshkosh, and then they did Appleton as well as they did Fond du Lac. Right. And Bunch of Lunch. Absolutely. Bunch of Lunch, that. Chicken and Mojos. Oh, man. Yeah, it's tough to stay in business. It's tough to start a business, but it's tough to stay in. You're not
competitive business. and
Absolutely.
You made it through COVID okay, and here you are with, this is unbelievable. What'd you bring?
I brought you some Hughes' desserts. Obviously, we did a Hughes chocolate toffee stout, and it did just absolutely amazing. And then what we've done for Restaurant Week, we've created 2 desserts, a cannoli and a cheesecake with the toffee.
Cannoli is unbelievable.
Leave that gun, take the cannoli.
Listeners, if you can't hear John Mino, it's because he's eating cannoli.
Yeah, just-
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Right.
Great line from The Godfather.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. That is so delicious. It's incredible, and I'm not lying.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow.
So you have a lot going on. I want to kind of, we got some time here, but you want to talk about the draft beer? You want to talk about, I have not seen this. You walked in here with a can, well, not a can, more than a can. I don't want to tell people how much.
But they're
you brought in.
great-looking cans.
It is. It's Green Bay Draft 2025 on the clock, which is something we celebrate kind of daily.
Right, yeah,
I mean, what was it, 100 yesterday? The day before? We're under 100 days now, aren't
The
we?
countdown. Yep, we're on the countdown. Yeah,
Right.
below 100. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you manufactured a beer. Tell us
did.
about it. And where can we get it? It looks great.
You can get it obviously at the
Tastes
breweries.
wonderful.
You can get it where the festival, local festivals have it. Woodman's is carrying it. Hy-Vee's going to be bringing it in. Majority of the bars all around Lambeau are carrying it right now and stuff like that. When we heard the draft was going to come, we thought, let's do something for the draft. Let's get something out there. And the phrase "on the clock," on the clock.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's all you hear.
Totally.
And we put it out there, and it's doing extremely well, really well.
And that on the clock is it's every day.
Yep.
I mean, you go to the website, boom,
Right.
it's on the clock. You
Yep.
go past there, they got the ticker up there, and a lot of media outlets will talk about how fast it's coming, or we thought we would maybe be in the Super Bowl
Right.
first, but hey, we'll take it right now. Now the whole focus is on the draft.
Who's your friend?
Who's my friend? Mr.
Pat Tracy.
Sorry, Pat.
Good morning, Oshkosh.
Normally Pat walks in and he's the Mac Daddy,
I was gonna say,
the
he's-
voice of Oshkosh, the face of Oshkosh. This man comes in with this plate of cannolis and cheesecake, and it's like, hey, Pat, just go wait outside for a minute.
Well, thanks for coming to Oshkosh, fellas.
We love it. You know that.
We are on the eve of Oshkosh Restaurant Week. And when I heard you were coming, I thought of Jay and our friends at Fox River Brewing Company. And I said, Jay, would you accompany me to kick off Oshkosh Restaurant Week with Mino and the mayor today, right now?
This is the kickoff right here, right now.
Jay, that cheesecake is unbelievable.
Wait till you try the cannoli. I'm not
That-
kidding. That's unbelievable.
I want to tell you one quick cheesecake story. When I was mayor, we would bet the other team.
Hey,
We bet-
let me just say one thing. There's no such thing as a quick story from him. So
Well, I'm going to make this quick because it's your time.
Yeah.
Bet Bloomberg, and again, he had the Giants. Obviously, I had the
Right.
Packers, and the Giants beat us. And he had put up cheesecake and stuff, and I put up some steaks and beer. Well, anyway, he sent his cheesecake anyway, even though he lost, which is
Right.
pretty cool to do.
Right.
And so we served it at City Council. That was the second best cheesecake I've ever had. 'Cause this is unbelievable.
No, I love it. Thank you. No, we appreciate it. For us, it's just to do something special, with Restaurant Week coming up. As Patrick said, this is a huge week for Oshkosh, not just for our restaurant. There's 30 restaurants involved. And,
Oh, wow.
and just to get people out within the week and a half that it runs, it's great because it runs through 2 weekends. So it allows you to get out and try a lot of different restaurants. Obviously, we want you to come check ours out, but there's a lot of great restaurants, a lot of great entrepreneurs out there too.
Tell me about yours. Where is it? I don't think, because you're in Green Bay. For our listeners, this guy started Shakey's. I mean, you know
Guys,
the restaurant business like no one else.
Hey, Jim, swallow.
Here's the Easter egg, fellas. Here's the Easter egg. Not only is Jay at Fox River Brewing Company and has the Hughes Chocolate Stout, and he's part of Restaurant Week, Jay is the guy with the domes. The domes.
that's cool.
of
We're
Fox
talking about-
River.
oh, yeah.
The domes.
I brought you the dome guy.
That's
I
fun.
like that.
Oh my God, yes. The domes. We have 7 domes in Oshkosh along the water, and then at Fertel's in Appleton we have 4 domes. And I was telling Patrick, it's amazing. We added a line this year when you were booking the domes and said, give us the reason why you're booking the dome, and. I told Patrick, some make you cry. Some we're celebrating grandmas in heaven.
That's cool.
We do, anniversaries, engagements, girls' night out. It goes on and on and on every day. And the cool thing for us is, when they do that, it allows us sometimes to add a little touch in there. And then we can go in there and maybe put a rose in there for the engagement, or we put a happy birthday thing in there for them, for the kids or the adults and stuff like that. So it's been a really cool thing. And I think the thing about our business, specifically since COVID, it's all about the experience. That's a big thing.
And those domes are cool, and I think those domes really promote conversation.
Yep,
for
absolutely.
whatever reason, you sit around and you just talk, and you can have.
Right.
Dinner there, but we just went with the drinks. But man, maybe that helped us talk a little bit too. It was just that is a lot of fun. That's cool. So that Fratello's has 4 of them.
Yeah, Fratello's in Appleton has 4,
Wow.
and then in Oshkosh we have 7. And then in Oshkosh we do a lot of different boards where you can buy like a fondue board, we can do dipping, and we do appetizers and things like that. But you can also order off the menu too, and we have little splits of Moet champagne if you like to do it. We have rose packages. You can buy a dozen rose, half dozen rose. So we do a lot of things in there.
It's a nice Valentine's Day thing, huh? And I would imagine when people are in those domes, they want the weather to be as bad as humanly possible outside of them.
Oh, they want snow, and if what I got to get is a snow making machine. So add some snow. I don't have that yet. It's gonna happen.
Some kids throwing confetti. Oh, look at it, honey.
I think that's a great idea. Okay, stick around. We got to talk a lot more about that. Pat, we might even let you talk.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And that
Go Oshkosh.
And that restaurant week has really caught fire. It's a great. We'll talk more about that when we get back, about how simple it is. Try new restaurants, one price. All right.
Absolutely fantastic. We got a couple of more great guests here and great food. Back with more right after this.
You're an organ donor, right? Well, here's a tragic fact. Approximately 20 people die each day waiting for precious donated organs. You could make a life-saving decision simply by getting that important dot on your driver's license. That little dot shows those who need to know that you've made a decision to donate organs at a critical time. Go to heroicdeed.com to learn more about the importance of organ donation and how you can make your wishes known. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. heroicdeed.com.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Still licking my fingers here.
I know. I thought, well, I can take one. Okay.
Welcome back. Pat Tracy, Discover Oshkosh, and Jay Supple, Fox River Brewing, Oshkosh Restaurant Week. We've talked about all the great things in Oshkosh, but the number one thing we talk about, and Pat, we give you a lot of credit for this, is the way your community comes together. I know everybody's competitive. Everybody's going for that same buck. Everybody's doing whatever. But it doesn't seem like to be a backstabbing, kick that guy in the gutter sort of thing. It seems like if one succeeds, the others are going to succeed. And that's the philosophy you have.
Thank you, John. Thank you. So we are so excited about Restaurant Week. It's really a 10-day culinary celebration. And it starts Thursday here in Oshkosh, and it runs until Sunday the 26th. So that's 10 days of amazing restaurant stuff. And the concept between the concept of Oshkosh Restaurant Week is like a fixed price menu. So you can go to a place and lunch is going to be $17, and it's going to be several courses. It's going to be like a 3-course lunch.
Right.
Dinner is $29. And it's going to be several courses. And so the way that listeners can access all this fun is just go to Discover Oshkosh, either on their website or on Facebook, and get the Oshkosh Restaurant Week app. It takes 2 seconds. Some of us older folks will want a youngster to help us with the app and get that all tuned in. But once you get there, you have all of the menus from all 30 restaurants, and it's so fascinating. My wife and I spent yesterday looking at the menus, and now I'm hoping that Jay from Fox River Brewing Company might read a couple of his menu items.
This is Jay Supple from Fox River.
For Restaurant Week, which starts tomorrow here in Oshkosh, the world premiere of Jay Supple menu reading.
Well, we're just fortunate to be a part of it, and as Pat said, there's so many great restaurants, so many great menus. We like at lunchtime. If you come in, you get our triple prime patty melt. So basically, we take the prime rib, a tenderloin, sirloin, we grind it up, and we make patties out of it. We add the caramelized onions to it. We add the cheese to it. It's amazing. But you know what even makes it more amazing?
To this guy. This guy's amazing. He grew up in this business, though.
Patty melts are one of the most underrated foods in
agree.
America. I love patty melts.
Well, and
You had the best quality product going in. I mean, it's a great recipe, I'm sure, but I mean, I just always like that about Soup Please. Anything you touch is like the highest quality, and I just.
Well, we appreciate that.
And there's no sticker shock because we get to look on the menu and see if it's $17. It's not like we're gonna get in there. And John complains about price of McDonald's hamburgers. So anyway, go ahead. Here we got that.
And I think what really finishes
the only thing I've complained about price-wise, I'm with you, the price of beef jerky has gone crazy over the last couple of years. Have you noticed that, Jay? Do you have any idea why?
I think everything's gone up in price the way it looks right now.
Yeah.
But I was going to say that on the patty melt, what really finishes it is Thunderbird bread. I mean, the key is it's a local bakery in town. We use your bread, and the bread is fabulous. I mean,
you guys had them on the show before.
Oh, yes.
Oh, all right. Yes, we did.
We
did. They were on our show. Okay,
and they're great.
good.
I mean,
They're great.
we try to use as much local as we can. We use Wagner's and some of our meats and stuff too, and stuff like that. So we're all about keeping it local and stuff like that. We're doing beer batter fish tacos, and we obviously utilize our Fox River beer in it. The nighttime we have prime rib we're doing. We have all sorts of stuff we're doing. Besides that, we've got you guys saw it, Hughes' chocolate toffee. Cannolis. They're absolutely amazing. The toffee cheesecake is, as you guys see that, is amazing.
Homemade chocolate toffee beer.
Yes,
which is pretty amazing.
We went to Tom Hughes, and Tom's third generation, and I said, Tom, would you like to do a beer this year? And Tom said, hell yeah, let's do it. And so I said, what's your number one selling candy? He said, toffee. So we did a Hughes chocolate toffee stout, and it's absolutely amazing.
A couple of days ago, it was National English Toffee Day. Remember that? And I said I could live on like Heath bars and things like that. It's the greatest flavor there is. I can't wait to try one of those beers.
It's great. And it's great when you even try it with a piece of chocolate and stuff. And that's obviously, I brought some chocolates along for you guys to try that as well.
Breaking into that. Pat, tell us that 30 restaurants, that's a lot.
It is.
And it must be a variety too.
Oh my gosh. It's it really is a chance for the chefs to show off. Right. Oh, yeah. And the staffs, because you got to start working on this in December, to get yourself together. And it's really a community building thing. And when I look at the list of restaurants here, for example, last year we discovered Chester V's, which is this little place on Oregon Street, right near the original Oshkosh truck location. Chester V's, in addition to 40 beers on tap, they've got tap tables. So if you got like your 6 friends like this, they got little tappers right at your table.
Wow.
So you don't have to wait if you're, with a high-powered business group or something.
That's the only thing I've seen close to that was in, I think, Cabo. In our room, they had 3 taps for different tequilas. That was kind of neat.
So this year when Dawn and I are looking at the restaurants where to go to, where do you think we're going back?
I believe it.
Yeah.
But
you know what's cool though too, Pat? I'm going back to like last summer, something you brought up that I didn't even know about this with the history of Oshkosh and beer in the state of Wisconsin. I mean, you think of the Milwaukee's and even the Stevens Points, whatever, but the history of Oshkosh beer is really cool to the point where you not only recognize and pay homage, it's continued,
right?
And in some ways, a rebirth of what Oshkosh, in many ways, helped make Oshkosh what it is. Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely.
The respect for that heritage,
right? And you look at Fox River Brewery, we're going on 30 years. And, and we just did a collaboration, and the beer is a recipe from 175 years ago.
Wow.
So that just came out. That just tells how long the history was here with the beer and stuff like that.
That's
unbelievable.
Pretty close to the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
That's pretty close. Wow. Well, that speaks for Wisconsin, right? Let's see what to do first, Governor. You want to make it a state or make the beer? I'll make the beer.
Was it because of the German influence?
Yeah, German. Absolutely.
Sure.
And years ago, I mean, you're talking probably 100 years, 80 years ago, there were hop fields all over the place.
There what?
Where you grew hops.
Hops. Okay.
Hops were growing here like acres and acres and acres of hops, and that's like 70, 80 years ago. Prior to Prohibition, there was that's what was going on here.
Yeah. Hardly. Some of them didn't stop.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, you say what you want, but even I just read the book on Lambeau by our friend who is the editor at the Press Times, and it talks about how Green Bay, they even during Prohibition, they kind of looked the other way with the speakeasies and the home brew type things. And it's like the mayor of Green Bay or somebody said, hey, just let these guys just kind of do their thing and whatever. And that's one of the reasons that NFL teams loved coming to Green Bay, because the night before they would go out and just have a great time, which they couldn't do in a lot of other cities. And that helped establish Green Bay as a go-to place. I mean, we can laugh a little bit about beer and do the thing, but in Wisconsin, that's a very serious thing as part of our heritage.
Very big thing here.
A few red lights too, and they weren't the cops. So anyway, tell me.
Remember when you tried to bring that back when you were mayor?
That's true. Hey, do you have? You guys are, you're entrepreneurs, and I agree with you, Pat. These chefs are kind of like artists a little bit. I mean, they take a unbelievable pride in their food. And do you have a favorite? Do you have something you want to recommend? I know you got 30, and you got to be,
Oh my gosh!
And then who's your favorite kid?
I know that's what I'm saying. But sometimes there's something that's more unique that people haven't tried.
I'm trying to think back to last year because I'm going to go out and hit it hard, right? I mean, I save up for Oshkosh Restaurant Week.
I bet.
Okay, and. Honestly, I can't think of one thing that was amazing. I just know that I have to do a lot of portion control because it's 3 courses. So, I just nibble a little bit. Like at Jay's place at Fox River Brewing, he's been telling me about the crunch tenders for a year. I'm not a big chicken tender guy, but apparently when you make them with Captain Crunch, it's somehow amazing.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I'm going on Saturday night.
It's what happened when you put the cereal on there. There's a sweetness and it comes from the sugar. Right. So when you deep fry them, it caramelizes it, and you get that sweetness out of it. And we literally, we've had them on our menu since '95.
So is that the batter basically for the?
It's a dry breading. Yeah, we grind the cereal, and it's like a powder, and then we roll it in that, and that's what gives it the sweetness. Is a little bit of sugar that comes out of the cereal.
I'll be damned.
Those guys are sitting back in the corporate office. Why are we selling so much more in Oshkosh? They don't have that many more kids.
Hey, by the way, we just mentioned in passing 30 years. That has to be like the birth of breweries around here, isn't it? About 30 years ago, of the modern,
Well, when we opened up, we were number 16 in the state of Wisconsin.
Oh,
In fact, Hinterland opened up just prior to us. Yeah. I think Hinterland's like probably 15 in Green Bay.
Okay,
so we're real close to where Bill was.
Yeah.
Wow.
These restaurants, and I want to really encourage people to get out because not only are they showcasing the best food and very unique things. Your customer service is also something that people care deeply about. And you Soupley's guys, I mean, nobody does it better than you guys. But I mean, I would think every restaurant's pretty excited to show off their
it is. I mean, this is a 10 days where you actually want to show off because you're going to get guests in there that either have never been there or are coming back to try it because they haven't been back there for a while and stuff like that. So food's important, decor is important that they see, your place and stuff like that. And service is a big thing. If there's one thing today when we all travel, we all go out, service is probably the one thing lacking. You just don't, people just aren't focused as well as they should be probably when they come to your table and stuff. But we really stride really hard to make sure we give great service.
I hate to say that, but there's just like a fundamental thing that isn't there. And
and I don't know if it's COVID, it's the youth, if it's money, whatever it is. But there was and I would complain all the time. And you just ask my wife, you know her, but just, and she goes, Jim, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal. If you're complaining about the service, stay home. Because what they were kind of saying was it's going to be this way for a little while. Now, that was probably 2 years ago. But anyway, that's so important with the meal. I mean, the price is really second or third or fourth to me.
And I would say when COVID hit, I mean, obviously it shut everybody down for a while. But when the guests came back thinking different now. The guests were looking at cleanliness. They're because of just coming out of COVID. Right. And if you didn't open up your doors and make it fresh again, like when we shut down, we repainted everything. We put carpeting in, put flooring in the kitchen, which we could never do before because we're always open 7 days a week. So we did that. So when the guests walked in, there was a change. And I think our goal for the last over 2-3 years now is how do we get better? And we say that every day when we go into a meeting. How do we be better? How do we be better today? And I think by that motto, I think that's really helped quality, service, everything is by saying that.
Okay, so Jim and I, one of our side hustles that we're planning on doing for the draft, we want to do a thing where we go take people from out of state, might be from Wyoming, California, wherever, to old-fashioned Wisconsin supper clubs. We'll drive them there. We host them. We do the whole thing.
Supper Club Shuttle.
Yes, Supper Club Shuttle. You guys got any suggestions for us?
I want to be in on the business.
That's not a bad idea, is it?
Well, if you're talking like supper club like in Oshkosh, the Roxy.
Yeah.
I mean, the Roxy would be a perfect example where they come in there and get their old fashioned and
Do they muddle? I'd like to see. I'd like to have people see them muddle.
you have to muddle. Even our location, it wouldn't matter if you go to the breweries or Fratello's, we muddle
They
everything.
don't know
You
any
gotta
other
muddle.
way, John.
That's
These guys
awesome.
are.
You
They're
gotta muddle.
But I want
traditionalists.
these people from California to say, "What are you doing?" and
Right.
explain the muddle strategy, right, Pat?
Absolutely. I'm a big muddler.
Right.
And,
bet
and the
you are.
Roxy knows how to muddle.
Pat,
Yep.
I want to, for people listening, I want 30 restaurants. That's a lot.
Yes.
Does anybody do all 30? That'd be pretty.
Oh my gosh. I
That'd
don't
be
know.
like that would probably
That
be
would be hard.
impossible.
It's only
but
10 days, Jim.
It is. So you got to pick probably
You want me, you
8
want me
or
to
10.
tell you what
No,
I
I just want to
picked?
know how to get on there. Oh yeah, tell me what you
well,
picked.
so just go to Discover Oshkosh and get this little Restaurant Week app on your phone. But while we were talking, I looked through at a few of the ones I've picked out. La Baja is this amazing place over on 9th. Rolled chicken taquitos, combo fish tacos, chilaquiles rancheros.
Nice.
There you go.
Good German
That's
place.
where I'm going to be. That's where I'm going to be on Saturday.
We speak Deutsch.
That's where I'm going to be on Saturday. All
right.
Bar 430 is right on Main Street in downtown Oshkosh. Amazing little place.
Nice.
If you don't know what to do, just go into Bar 430.
Right.
You'll have a fantastic meal there.
Phenomenal. This sounds really exciting.
It is, and the restaurants, quite honestly, need this at this time. I mean, this is a little bit of a slow time
Right.
for the restaurant business, and for you guys to come up with this and get 30 restaurants, which is unbelievable.
Well, in obviously January, it's a little slower, obviously with the weather and stuff like that.
Well,
but-
my strategy, or not strategy, the way I believe, winter begins in Northeast Wisconsin the Monday after the last Packers loss.
Yeah.
So this past Monday is when the winter just started.
yeah.
Thank you, John, for defining winter.
You're welcome.
Those weathermen,
Right.
be damned.
I tell you the one thing I give kudos to is our CVB. With Amy and her team, they do it.
she's great.
She's the one. When she came in, I had said to Amy, we need to do Restaurant Week. And myself and Chris from Beckett's got together, a couple other restaurateurs, and we said we got to do this. And Amy has been fantastic, her team, and bringing on Pat here to do his thing, and it's been great.
All right. Discover Oshkosh, Pat Tracy, Jay Supley from Fox River Brewing, Oshkosh Restaurant Week. Can you guys stick around?
We sure can.
All right. Quick break. Back with more right after this.
Turn out to hear the neighborhood drummer sound and feel my heart begin to pound. So you're tired, just wanna close your eyes. Follow your dreams.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Boy, poor Jim.
Come on, let's move on.
Now he's getting ripped by
Right.
Pat here for, why do you have electronic tickets at the Packer games?
All right, 8 minutes. Let's keep
Pat
going.
Tracy, Discover Oshkosh, Jay Supley, Fox River Brewing Company. It's Oshkosh Restaurant Week. But again, we mentioned you got a beer here called Green Bay Draft 2025 on the clock, cold IPA. I can't imagine how many of these 4-packs are going to be going back to Kansas City or different places because people want these cool-looking souvenirs for a display item if they've got a home bar.
Absolutely. Total Wine just opened up in Appleton, and Total Wine when Green Bay are playing at home, they'll put a big stacker of cases of it out there, and majority of it is taken by people that are coming into the game from wherever they're from, and stuff like that. So it's
a beautiful-looking can as a collectible.
It's a great souvenir. It obviously represents a draft, and I think what I love more than it is on the clock. Interesting, we were talking about the name and all that, and all of a sudden my wife, Heidi, says to me, on the clock. I said, oh my God, that's perfect. On the clock.
Oh,
That's a
no,
winner.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jay, I love hearing those stories, and we have businesses come on, we have bands come on, and it's always something like that. These people who spend all this money and all this research and
Right.
to do this, it's like, wait a minute, we're in the kitchen and my
Right.
wife said this, and boom, this looks great. This is going to be fun. Where can people get the on the clock beer?
You can get that, like I said, Total Wine. You can get it Woodman. Some of the festivals are starting to carry it. The great thing is around Lambeau, you can go to D2, you can go to Stadium View. A lot of those places, the bar's carrying it there, at Lambeau and stuff. So there's definitely getting more out there. We're trying to get it in festival. Obviously, in the Green Bay area, it would be great to get in there. One of the Woodmans in Appleton has it. We're trying to get in the Woodmans in Green Bay as well.
Beautiful.
And a lot of people shop there. There's a few other places I know friends, but we'll see.
Right.
Those are the ones you're working on are going to be great because I think this is going to be just fun. This will be great for parties too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in fact, interesting is Kroll's. When Kroll's does their big out in the parking lot, they do their big thing.
Yeah, we have a little
they
bit.
had it out there for sale, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, we've had a lot of great partners. It's been great.
And it's just easy to sell. Nothing's easy, but I mean, like you
Well,
just
that's kind of
said.
thing somebody would bring back. Hey, bring me back something
Right.
from the
Absolutely.
draft.
Yeah.
That'd be the perfect thing to bring back for somebody.
And like that, what was that? It was at the airport. You know, they fly in these private jets, and
Yeah.
I have a friend who does that, and he loads up on Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow
He
does really well,
He has
yep.
a few cases on there, but anyway,
Phenomenal.
that's great.
Pat,
But
okay, yeah, go ahead. Talk about. I was going to ask about that one too. The chocolate toffee.
The chocolate toffee salad from Hughes's. If you guys are familiar with Hughes's, down in the basement, it's been there since 1942.
We went last time we were here.
The line was too long. We couldn't get in.
Interesting.
But we went, John.
When
We
you
did.
look at the can, you'll see "made" spelled M-A-I-D.
I see that.
That was done in 1942. She decided, his wife decided that's the way she was going to put. That
What's
was her
wrong with
clever
that?
twist. So I can't tell you, since we put it in a can, I can't tell you how many times on social media people
That's
say
hilarious.
you spelled "made" wrong. I said, no,
Perfect.
we did not spell it
You
wrong.
know why?
really
Because
thank
they
you for
will
that.
never forget that then.
I agree.
They
totally.
will never forget
Yep.
that.
Yep. Exactly
Awesome.
right.
Wonderful thing. Great having you here, Pat. Give us a little more plug for Oshkosh, other things that are coming up.
We'll see you in Oshkosh Restaurant Week, a 10-day culinary festival. See you soon.
I like how you say culinary.
Yeah.
Cool. Isn't it culinary?
Culinary.
Culinary.
Let me ask you, Pat. There's always something going on in Oshkosh besides Restaurant Week. You got anything else up your sleeve?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, the ice is frozen. We are fishing out there.
Are you?
Fellas, we are
This
drawing
weather
holes
is
in the
making
lake
ice
and we
like
are
crazy.
fishing.
Dude,
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
a guy come on about you guys that fall through. So is it good? Is it good ice?
I saw you had Don Herman on here. Yes.
Don
yes.
Herman, the guru of the ice.
If you're going
is.
to go out on the ice, make sure you have Don Herman's number in your cell phone.
All right.
Well, we had Nate Olson, too, from Olson Legal Group. He's the main sponsor right now of our Veteran Salute. He wants us to do a show in his ice shanty.
Yes.
Wow.
I know.
Do that.
That would be cool.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think that'd
And
be really
we
a lot
had
of fun.
Jeff E. on here from Pickle and Bags. He wants us to play a pickleball game at
We're
his
doing that.
place.
Guys.
Jeff's a great
can
guy,
You just
yeah.
move
Isn't he?
Can you guys just move to Oshkosh?
Yeah.
We can have
Well,
more
yeah.
fun that way.
If Nate will give me a place in his refurbished fire station,
Yeah.
his office is a fire station.
It's not zoned residential.
It doesn't matter. Like I've never broken the law, Jim. Wow. Hey, call the media. Mino broke the law.
Yeah, that would be old
okay.
news.
Absolutely. What do you do this time would be. But seriously, you guys, and I really mean that, the teamwork your community seems to have for one another with people that on a day-to-day basis are competitors. But you guys come together. Even when was it last fall, the Brew Fest you had down here?
Beer week.
Oh, yes.
Beer week.
Craft Beer Week.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And I just we pretty much our area of focus is Oshkosh, Appleton, and Green Bay, and we're always impressed with Appleton as well. They have a crew of 6 people. That's just not a lot of people.
Right.
Great
For what-
Chamber of Commerce.
for what
Chamber
they
of Commerce
do
of the year.
Yeah, Fox Cities Chamber of
Yeah.
Commerce of the year. Yeah, I mean, and I'm glad you guys are part of that success. I mean, you work hard, both of you.
Well, we're fortunate. Oshkosh, obviously, we have restaurants in Appleton. You look at the CVB there. You look at the Champion Center. What they did, they brought the Champion Center there. That's an absolutely amazing thing that was brought to Appleton.
yeah. Well,
And we had Ted Stefaniak talking about the herd.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 10 out of 11 first games are on the road. Schedule maker wasn't favorable for that, but
I love Jim's reaction when he heard their record was 2-5.
well, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
well, no,
They're
compared
trending upward.
The
GP
games,
is 2-14.
that's why I was impressed.
You're
Packers-
so generous, Jim.
Hey, they got some great young talent in that
They do.
team, though. You watch those young guys grow up there with the herd. They're going to be something special. They really are. So anyway, gentlemen, thank you all so very much for being here and the
Thank
energy
you.
that you guys bring to the whole ball of wax there with everything you do. And let's just keep this partnership going.
Thanks for coming to Oshkosh, fellas.
And we really, really thank you for the cannoli and that cheesecake. That
You've
is
got
really,
to bring Donna.
really good.
You've
I
got
will.
to bring Donna one of those cannolis. You
Absolutely.
have
Take
to.
them with you.
They
Yeah.
are amazing. Todd,
Jay,
any
thank
final
you.
words, buddy, for being here in Oshkosh? You don't have a mic? Good. That's fine. We're fine with that, Todd.
All right, so we're going to go to Hy-Vee Festival eventually, and of course Woodman's to get the Green Bay Draft 2025 on the clock Gold IPA.
And it's a, what do you call that? I don't want to say a souvenir, commemorative.
Commemorative. There you
That's
go.
a commemorative cap, because I'm sure you're going to be done with those after the
Yeah,
draft.
after the draft. Yep,
That's what I mean. So
absolutely.
grab those and save them. You know what? I've gotten those. I've
I
never
got an idea, but anyway.
Okay, hold it though, because I'm afraid people are going to steal our supper club idea.
All right.
So hang on to that.
Yeah, what-
Okay,
I want in on that supper club idea bad.
Yeah.
You can pay your way in.
I have the.
Yeah, you know what you want to do? Here's what you got to do. You got to go meet with Jim and carry a newspaper with you. And you put the newspaper down. And tell him, hey, Jim, that newspaper's view. There's some pretty interesting stuff on that back page. I'm going to stick out right now.
Right.
Hey, best luck. I hope to hear from you, Jim. Make sure you check out the back page.
Or,
All right.
yeah.
And then there's an envelope. Trust me.
Right.
That's how he stayed
They
as mayor
slide
for
it
so
in.
long. Thanks, everybody.
See you guys.
Great
Thank
being in
you.
Oshkosh. See ya.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.